Hi, I'm going to disassemble my Tesro TS22. I've just changed the handle this week, and I didn't clean it since last time, so I thought I'd do a quick disassembly video. So just removed the magazine just here using Allen keys, really small ones, which everyone has really at their home, surely. I'll start by removing that first screw here on the side, so that releases. I have to remove it all the way. That screw, there we go, and then I have access to that screw here, which will allow me to remove the handle. There we go. So that's quite easy, and now the handle is removed, just like that. Okay. Once this is done, um, from the front, I have this huge screw here, still the same tool. Just going to undo this and trying to hold everything together so that it doesn't jump out of my hand. That's a huge screw. It has this special washer inside. Okay, and just here at the back, as you can see, now that this has all moved, this has gone forward, and I can remove this, and now it all comes apart. In order to remove the trigger group, you have two screws here on each side. I'm just going to remove the trigger group just to show you. I'm not going to make any changes to it. I should actually do a video later, at a later date, where I show how to configure and set up everything, which is quite easy, but you've got to get the hang of it. So once I've removed this, this should come all the way up. So it's a bit tricky because there is not much play here, and I always do it by hand, and it's always a bit tricky. So as you can see, there we go. I'm pulling a bit from the back, a bit from the front, a bit from the back, a bit from the front, until it wants to pop out. I'm certainly not pulling on this lever, which is part of the triggers of the trigger block, but just a bit from the front. There you go. There we go. And this time it's coming out. So that was the trick to get it happening. This should not be oiled. I've only oiled the side so that it fits in and fits out easily, but this part here is not oiled. Just to show you quickly, I have a plan here with which shows you what to screw and what to not unscrew. To make a long story short, to make a long story short, you've got all the settings, and some of these settings you cannot change that screw if you don't change the other screw as well. That A screw here is the screw which will allow you to set up the weight of the trigger. The trigger, you can see the trigger part here. It's that part here that's showing out, but it's been let go. So this part comes here. And the spring here pushes the sear on the trigger, and this is what makes the weight the weight good or not on the on the trigger. Screws B and F have to be done one with the other as well, as it pushes from one side to the other. But this will be another project to show you the whole deal. But just so you know, this is the way it's done anyway. On this next things, I'm going to remove the slide. So that's going to be an easy part. I'm just going to, for argument's sake, remove here. I'm going to remove here There we go. And now this can all come out. And just so you see, there are two springs. There are two springs and two spring guides just here. So the springs go into the slide, just like that. And here you have a couple of guide rods, which you can't get wrong. I'll just remove them just to get them right. So what I'm going to do today, not going to pull apart the trigger housing, uh, the firing pin housing. Excuse me. Not going to pull apart the firing pin housing. I'm just going to clean it with brake cleaner. It's going to be a really quick job today. Just I'm going to fire the firearm today, and I want to make sure it's all nice and clean. The entrance of the barrel is pretty messy. What I usually do is just clean it with a copper brush, and that seems to do the job quite well at the entrance of the barrel. Just bear with me, just so I show you. There we go. It's nice and clean and almost spotless. I'm using my brushes, and now it's all nice and clean. To clean the barrel, I'm using a product. It's called Ed's Red. I make it myself. Uh, Recipes on the internet. Ed's Red. There we go. And just going to start by putting some on this rod. There we go. And once I put the Ed's Red on the rod, I'm going to put this through the barrel of the gun to clean it up, just like that. In and out a few times just to make sure. Okay, just making sure my chamber is nice and clean as well. And what I usually do is I use hospital style compressors, which I get from the hospital. There we go. So far so good, almost. And I'll just clean up the barrel still using hospital scissors as well. That's the trick. And all we want to do is just make sure the barrel is nice and clean. Bear with me a quick second. There we go. I'm not getting too much carried away by just doing it like that, and we should be fine. Back into the gun, into the barrel, and now we can see if it's dirty or not. Okay, that's nice and clean. Just we can see here, it's nice and clean. It's perfectly perfect. What I'm going to do next is clean the slide. So I'll just remove, I've just removed the guide rods here. Today is not a huge cleanup. I'm going to put this. I'm just going to clean the extractor and put a bit of brake fluid to clean this up. Just bear with me a quick second. Just grab the brake fluid cleaner. Here we go. And that's what I use. And I'm just going to clean this part here, just rather quickly, just by spraying on it. I'm doing this on top of there we go. And now this is perfectly clean and immaculate. I'm just using just here and double checking with my glasses that there is no gunk left whatsoever near the firing pin. And as you can see, maybe just here, it's not nice and neat the way I like it. just there. So I'm just going to clean it inside here, just like that. What you can tell, and clean it just under the extractor here. Trying to get this. There we go. Just there. That's pretty good. Clean it again with the brake cleaner. Okay, and that's done. So, in regards to the to the slide, uh, as you see, it's pretty new. I usually put just a drop of oil here, just for argument's sake. You can tell there is a bit of powder left. I'm just going to put this with the cleaner, with the brake cleaner. Takes a second, and that's done now, and it's no more oily. Um, as for this, there isn't much to be cleaned to this, but I'll just spray it once just around it in this area to make sure that there is no powder left and so on. So just clean it really quickly. Okay, that's that. And of course, the trigger block, which shouldn't be oily at all. I'll just clean him up straight away. Still with the brake cleaner, and that's that, and that's done. So all parts have been cleaned. All parts have been cleaned. What I usually do is wait for a few seconds for the mechanism to be nice and clear. And since this the sear is just here, it should not be fire dry. Just press it, putting my finger there. It's 1 kilo. I know it's a bit more than 1 kilo. I'll just today I'll just undo the A screw here, but it's ever so slightly. There we go, about an eighth of a turn, because it was more than 1 kilo, and I just want to get back to that 1 kilo. So we'll do it as it comes. So here we go. What I usually do is, since we're not supposed to oil the trigger block, what I do is I use Bronox. It's like WD-40, but it's better. WD-40 is a killer for guns, and I just put there inside so that the trigger block doesn't stay stuck. So I just spray here a bit. There we go. No more than that, and just here on the sides. That's it. No more than that. That's what I like. Just a little bit, but no more than that. And putting the trigger block back in. So it's, as it was hard to get out, it's hard to get in as well. There we go. So I think I went a bit too much on that side, but that's okay. There we go. There we go. Just put this. Okay, and what should happen? There we go. There, where the screws were, I'll show you again. They were here, the screws. You should be able to put the screws back in, and they're pointy screws. You see, they basically they just pointy. I'll just put them back in, and the trigger block is put back in. So that's an easy part. Is one on one side and one on the other side. What you can see is the Brunox left on the gun, but nothing major, nothing a rag cannot clean up, and we're good. Okay, so I'm just going to put back the firing pin. I usually always put a drop of oil here because this slides against the, the, the gun itself for all of these in our guns, and a drop won't hurt. Just one drop. I'm saying that's it. No more than that. As you can see, it's just one drop, and I can just spread it. It stops there. Um, for the slide, I'm just cleaning him up, and same thing, just one drop, just there. We go, and I can put it back in. What I'm going to do next is start putting in the slide, the firing pin compartment into the slide. Let's not remember those two guide rods just there. And now I'll just put the springs back in. There's one there. There we go. And there's one there. Here we go. And this goes back into the slide just there. It's gonna happen. There we go. That's in. And remember, we were able to I just put that. There we go. The trigger again, and just here at the back. Remember, there was just this part, just here, which has to come here. So that's in just like that. See, just here. I'll show you again. This part has to go in there, just like that. Okay, and then I can put my barrel back with that huge screw at the front, and then your Tesro is put back together. There we go. And what I'll do next is, of course, I'll put back the firing pin guard. There we go. Voila. I'm gonna test the trigger in a minute, and now I'm able to put back the handle with the screw just there. There we go. So that's done. The handle is in place, and here is a screw there for the handle, just on that side, which stops that part there from going up and down. There are two settings here with the screws, but I'm just making sure that it's all nice. And now my test row is perfectly clean. The only thing I didn't remove, remember, was the firing pin, but that's a bit for another time. Or the extractor, and another time I'll remove the extractor and firing pin. I just put a bit of a rag here, just to make sure we're good. And the girl, look, the ring moves here, so that's because I did not it's tight, but not too tight, but that's not tight. There we go. That's tight now. Put that screw back in. Okay. Okay. Let's try the I remove the tools, And let's try the trigger. I'll just show you here. Okay, I've got this. I've got not much travel. That's what I like for travel. And then I've got the kilo. I'll show you. Start again. The travel here and the kilo. Okay. I hope my videos helped. See you soon.